Hey, welcome to the Dropship Podcast, and we're going to answer a question we get a lot, honestly. Is dropshipping too good to be true? And I got to believe this stems from, certainly where I grew up. If it's too good to be true, it definitely is. Like, I've heard that phrase. It's baked into my brain. I think it comes from a scarcity place. But it's true in a lot of cases, right? There's been no shortage of scammers in history who have, come up with things that you should drink or elixirs that were going to solve everything. Or guys like Sam Bankman-Fried who said, yes, put your money on FTX. We definitely won't steal it from you. And so there's no shortage of charlatans out there. Heck, Liver King just came, as we're recording this, Liver King just came on. He's on steroids. I'm shocked, by the way. I would have never guessed that guy who was yoked. No, I'm kidding.
Come on.
Of course he was on roids.
How do people get fooled by this, man?
I like the guy. I like what he taught. Whatever. We can have a Liver King conversation some other time. I'm a big fan. So, look, I'm on TRT. I'm on roids, man. You want to shit on me? Maybe you should see me underneath this hoodie, bro. I don't know. I look like the Liver King.
Yeah. Look, nothing wrong with using steroids. I got nothing against it if that's what you want to do, but it's, once again, just don't pretend that you're not. And there was a very clear message sent by him for a long time that he was not. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't think it was used to sell his supplements, but he was doing well 100%. Beforehand.
They're not even his supplements, man. There is another company behind that stuff. He's owned by somebody. And that's why he did it. It's marketing. It's all marketing. It's the only reason. If you look at the timeline of how he made that apology and blah, 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 it is 100% marketing. 100%.
Rocks, dude.
I guarantee the people that follow him will go up as a result of this.
Yes, of course.
Up. Yeah.
I watch more content on it. Whatever. I don't know. All right. Anyway. Is dropshipping too good to be true? I think we hear the same things because people think we're charlatans, right? They think, yeah, sure, you can start with zero overhead. You can start for $500 or less. You can get started in 30 days or less. This must be too good to be true. Everyone has told me business is hard and you only get to places you want to get to if you put in the hard work, you do the hard things. And there's a lot of phrases out there that I think are bullshit that are baked into human existence that are meant to protect you. Somebody got screwed over. They invented this phrase, but it's not necessarily always true. And honestly, I think dropshipping isn't too good to be true. It just is. It's amazing. And I can't believe more people aren't interested in a business model like this, which is hands down the best way to get started in entrepreneurship with the least amount of risk and where you're going to learn the most and make the most money. You're like, I love this business model. There's a reason we preach about it constantly. So no, it's not too good to be true. But how do we address the person who's sitting there and saying, come on, John, $500. I can really get started for $500 and some sweat equity. How do you address that?
Well, I think it's a bit of the told story and the unseen story, right? So the story that everybody hears about it, I think, is too good to be true in and of itself. The notion that you're just going to spend $500 and have a business that does $10 million in sales is too good to be true, because that's not the story. That's not the full story. The full story is you are going to invest a small amount of money, but if I added onto that story, you're going to spend $500 and 10,000 hours to make $10 million. That flips it a little, doesn't it? That doesn't sound too good to be true so much. I'm not saying 10,000 hours is the number, but there's going to be a lot of hours put in here. You're going to work a lot to get to that level. And you're going to have to do a hell of a lot of things right to get to that level, and avoid a lot of mistakes and pitfalls that you could make that are going to slow you down a lot. So yes, it's possible. No, it's not too good to be true, but you have to have the full story. And I think that's what doesn't get told about dropshipping enough.
Hey, obviously you're interested in high-ticket dropshipping, wondering what you're going to sell. That's usually what people think about long before they ever purchase a course or even get started. John and I want to help you with that. We're running a 5-day challenge. Check it out at dropshipbreakthru.com/5. 5 days. You'll figure out exactly what you're going to sell, and you'll be ready to start your high-ticket dropshipping journey when you're done.
We've told it ever since episode 1, right? I think pretty much on this podcast and in everything we do, we are very clear that there is a lot of work, consistent work over time that you are going to have to do, and you have to do the right things in order to get anywhere near that number. 8 figures, mid 7 figures, right? You're still going to have to do a lot of work and spend time and be there and doing it consistently. And that's what nobody talks about. So I think when you flip that story a little bit, and automatically people are going to hear that and go, I'm not up for that, right? Good. I'm glad you're not, because you're the wrong person to be doing it. Please stop listening. But I mean, that's the reality, is Yep, low cost dollar investment on your behalf. Great potential upside. Absolutely. And yes, that is why we love it. But don't skip past the fact that you're going to have to spend time in the market. You're going to have to work to get there. And that's the trade-off for that low dollar investment. But even then, I mean, I think that's still a great thing. Like, because as we've said a number of times, like, yeah, you're going to put in time and work, but you're going to learn so much. You're going to be like a different person having gone like for the better, having gone through this experience, regardless of what happens. And, you know, I mean, the benefits of doing it to me just keep stacking up the more you talk about it. Like, low investment, you know, you're going to learn a ton. You're going to get paid while you do it. You're going to build something that's valuable over that time. Like, your business in and of itself is going to become an asset aside from the profit it produces. Yeah, definitely not too good to be true.
Yeah, I think sometimes people are probably also thinking that, and I've heard this before, John, is like, well, doesn't the manufacturer sell those products? Why would anybody buy from you when the manufacturer sells those products? I think that's easily disproved when you just look at, why does Target and Best Buy and Lowe's and Home Depot and Walmart and Costco, why do those exist, right? And specialty retailers, they exist for convenience, right? And they also exist for service. And so that is one argument I've heard about it being too good to be true. Like, if one person sells it, why would anyone else buy it? There's a reason we look for a competitor. We look for other people selling it. We want to join that pack when we come in there to sell that. And so, look, dropshipping is not too good to be true. Perhaps the AliExpress model is too good to be true. That doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. But this high-ticket dropshipping, building an asset, that does make sense to me. And there's a reason John and I were out here on episode 116 screaming at the top of our lungs of how easy you can get started in a business model like this, how simple a business model can be. The barrier to entry for you to getting in there and getting started is so low. It gives you an opportunity to go learn skills, and skills are all that matter in the world. You need skills, and you're going to learn skills that you can leverage to better your life while you're getting paid, hopefully.